Get him off.
We're in the lab, and we're gonna make sure this happens as soon as possible.
Welcome to an episode of the Sports Genes Into the Lab podcast, where sports analysts and experts dissect the latest news from the NBA and NFL, giving you a unique view on some of the hottest topics around your favorite teams. From the fresh field smells of the NFL to the hardwood courts of the NBA, and possibly your comfy couch for your fantasy football team. Let's see what kind of news the lab is working with today. Here's your host from the Sports Analytics Headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, Ernest Silva.
Welcome to everybody joining us late night episode Wednesday before we go into the first games of this NFL season. I am your host, Ernest Doc E. Silva, on a wonderful ITL Picks show. ITL Picks, brand new title for season number 6, episode 5. Co-host Chris Borak, not here this week, but we have his picks, and we're going to talk some NFL football. If you're getting those bets in, get them ready, get your pins ready, get those hot takes ready. We're here live. Let's go around the room. Let's meet the sports scientists. But before we do, always our sponsor, BCMG, the sports division, hashtag what's in your DNA. Join the Sport Gene today. Be a part of the crew. Send that DM over. Join the sports scientists. We'll have a lot of fun together. We'll shoot the gab. And then if football's just not your thing, always come back and do basketball, baseball, or any of our other college football picks, hockey. We're going to be covering it all this year. Shoot, we might even have Mark on here at one point. There's Andrew Con Sutton, sports scientist extraordinaire himself. All right, let's see, Andrew. We'll see those picks. Yes, former league winner of ITL Pick Em, Andrew Con Sutton. But he's not here on the screen right now. On your screen right now are a couple of gentlemen that are back in action here. Let's start off with Just Luke. Just Luke, talk to the people.
What's up, Ernest? Hello, my friends. It is another year of ITL Pick Em, and I'm actually going to do all 17 weeks this year.
Whoa.
I know. I don't even think I'm going to take my bye week this year. I think I just might actually do pick 'em this year. No, Ernest, I am glad to be back. Talk some great picks. Throw some stats out to you about today. And listen, my favorite bet that I've placed already is Travis Kelce plus money to score a touchdown. Come on. Plus money to start the season. Plus 105 to start the season. Come on. Pat's favorite target. That's my play.
You know, Luke, statistically, you have actually probably had the best record on ITL picks. Like, I think you shoot very well from the hip. Like, 4 out of every 5 picks is a winner. and that's
Not bad.
probably you're probably an
Not
80%
bad,
hit rate.
kids.
You a former winner?
Yeah, he's
Well, I probably would have won maybe a couple times if I actually did every single week.
he gets disqualified. Yeah, he gets disqualified every year around the week 10 mark. It's like, all right, there goes Luke. There goes Luke on the board.
A couple bye weeks.
Now, he is very much familiar on your screen. He's joining us. Davis, I gotta find out where you at right now. Let's find that right now. But Davis Cordova is back with ITL Sports Scientist Extraordinaire as well. Davis, where are you?
I am in Oklahoma City. That's where I'm at. So
Bali,
Okay.
Indonesia.
yeah.
Not Bali.
I mean, might be exotic like that, compared to San Antonio and Pittsburgh, right? Right, Luke? But yeah, I'm glad to be back. I've never won picks. I think I got second the first year to Kenny, but I'm back to take the crown.
Yeah, no Kenny tonight either. Now Davis, I did have somebody DM me the other day. It was random, and they may or may not be an avid watcher. They could just be shooting the shit with me. They asked, "Where have you been?" They're like, "Davis used to be on here a lot, right?" And I said, "Yeah, he was a regular." And they said, "Where the hell has he been?" And so I told them, "Oh, college." But tell people, what have you been doing? What have you been up to since you were last on ITL?
Yeah, I got caught up in school, so I just kind of stepped away, focused on school, and now I'm back post grad.
Well, let's add that in there, right? He didn't
post
drop out
grad.
and come back, right? Like he's a winner. He's a winner right now.
There's some plans to go back too, so
Ooh,
just saying.
ooh,
Just saying.
we like that. We
Yeah.
like that a lot. Well, we welcome you back with open arms. Very excited for today's pick'em rounds. ITL Picks is going to be a different format today. We usually cover some of those NFL news and notes that you're so used to hearing going into the game. We're going to cover that in the analysis, and we've split up today's games. One of us are going to talk about those games, or we may all talk about it, just depending on how we really feel. And then we're going to give our picks straightforward and give Borax and Kenny's picks on here. Today is just for you to take your notes, talk about what you're going to be placing those bets, and especially for those Thursday night folks who are just those avid gamblers that are ready to just pull the trigger on your favorite teams tomorrow. So let's roll right into it. And we're going to cue in some awesome intros. We did not let Mark go to waste. Mark, It's Rated Merc, is back with ITL again for season number 6. I mean, I tied at the hip at this point. He made an awesome promo for our ITL draft that we had just this past Monday. Was a huge success. We had a lot of fun. But let's roll that promo and let's get right into ITL picks.
Caleb Williams, number 1 overall pick. Jaden Daniels, Xavier Worthy, Daquan Barkley, Marvin Harrison Jr., Rome Dunze. Bears were trading for Keenan Allen.
The Ravens against the Chiefs. It's Packers Eagles. How about that, apples?
7 hours of commercial-free football start now.
There we go. ITL Pick'em kicked off with fashion, and we're going to go right into our picks. ITL Primetime Picks. You're used to that. Ring the bell. Get everything going. Sound the alerts. We're starting off, first off, into Thursday night football. And who better to talk about them Ratbirds than Just Luke himself? Just Luke, talk to the people about this game. What should we be looking out for Thursday night football?
First of all, I just got goosebumps just hearing you say that. Oh, I can't wait for this game. Last year, the first game I remember watching was the Lions at Chiefs, if that is correct. I do believe that is correct. That was the first game last year. So the Chiefs get the bid again this year, which I'm not upset about. And the Ravens have a lot to prove. I'm very high on the Ravens this year, especially obviously in the regular season. I play them twice a year. So I know these Ravens, and I know they're hungry. The problem is with a lot on their defense, right? So you lose Patrick Queen, and that was the brain of the operation. So that's a huge loss. The Chiefs are coming in, being Chiefs, as always, with another Super Bowl title to their name. But they have a lot of weird pieces as well. Their wide receiver core isn't as robust as it was in years past now. So now this is like year 2 with some of these newer wide receivers. Now you're throwing in Rashid Rice, Marquise Brown. So there's a couple different moving pieces there. Both these teams need to get off to a hot start this year. But I think the Ravens need this more than the Kansas City Chiefs right now. They've got to find traction, and it's got to start here. We're going to see Derrick Henry for the first time in a Baltimore uniform. Zay Flowers is out. Am I correct?
Yes.
Zay Flowers is out, suspended, right? So that's a huge loss. So I expect a lot of things out of Mark Andrew this time around. They no OBJ to look back on, so they've really got to rely on Derek, and they've got to rely on Mark Andrews in the legs of Lamar in this game against that Spagnuolo defense. I expect a very low-scoring game. So whatever the under is, I believe it's going to go under just for – obviously, it's week 1. I think both defenses are going to feel each other out, and the offenses don't really have much. I'm not going to say that much firepower. Doesn't sound great, but I think it'll be like a 24-21, 27-24 kind of game. I don't think each team's going to get blown out. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a highly contested Thursday night football first game of the year. In Arrowhead, I mean, I don't know what else you would want in a football game. So, I took the Ratbirds to win this game. I do believe. Pull up. Did I pick them?
Nope.
No, I did not pick them. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better then, because guess what, Ernest? You know what still rings true, bud? I don't pick fucking Ratbirds. Okay,
that's absolutely true. And our term on ITL doesn't matter what the timing is. No video left behind. Mark cued us in. Mark, we're gonna play it for you right here. Kansas City is the pick here on ITL. But hell no, we don't stop there. That is also, and you can ring it true, wave those fingers in and wave them like you just don't care. That is going to be a BCMG guarantee. Kansas City money line across the board. I have Kansas City -3. Davis, you have Kansas City -3 as well. And Davis is going to come in with our first ever Friday night football call here on ITL. Sound the alarm. We got a Friday night football game. Davis, talk to us about the Philly Green Bay game happening.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm really curious to see like field conditions, obviously going to a new country.
But Davis, what do you mean field conditions? Where are they playing?
In Brazil.
There you go, Davis.
Thanks for the intro. Well, I mean, the Eagles, they kind of had some stuff about last year's season come out this year about Sirianni's relationship with Jalen Hurts, and that's why kind of the team took a dip there at the end of the season last year. And I think with Jason Kelce retiring, obviously hurts a lot for the Philly offense, but I think you replace some of that with Saquon Barkley. So, I mean, the Eagles offense is still locked and loaded, but I really like the Packers this year. I think they're a top 5 team in the NFL. So I think the Eagles take a step back here. The Packers take a leap forward. Jordan Love takes another leap forward, and the Packers get a win in Brazil.
There you have it. Davis has the Packers as the pick there. I am also leaning with Davis here. I have the Packers money line in this game. Borak taking Philly and Kenny taking Philly, both with the spread. Very confident in that Philly pick. And Luke, as for you, round us up here. Who's your pick?
Yeah, I took the Packers in this one, but we know these games are very low scoring. These travel games, so it can get dicey with that with the line. But I took the Packers just for it's just another reason. Like the Packers need to start hot this year. Like they got to prove to themselves that they can be that team, especially in the NFC North. Who I mean, that's a tough division too. So they got to start. And who got to start with than the Philadelphia Eagles? So
I mean, Luke, I like your point, but I'd actually argue that the Eagles need to start this season hot more than the Packers do, considering like where Sirianni was at the end of the season last year.
A win would go along for sure.
Which I do understand, but I feel like Matt LaFleur is in the same spot. Like they're both have been to the cusp, and they have both not gotten there. So I think they probably are both in the same spot.
I think both quarterbacks probably have something to prove in this game. Lots of question marks. Does Jordan Love take that continuous leap, and will the real Jalen Hurts show up? Right?
Yeah.
Which one is he? The stud or the dud?
Yeah.
And that's going to be fun. 2 primetime picks, 1 BCMG guarantee. We're off to a hot start on ITL picks. Let's move on to Cleveland. All right, your Dallas Cowboys go on the road against those Cleveland Browns. Coach Peanut not making an appearance. Where you at, Coach? We know you're watching. We know you're out there. Browns 2.5-point favorites at home against the Dallas Cowboys. I've got this one, folks. You can imagine why. So let me put me front and center on here. Dallas Cowboy fans, you have some worrying to do. Your roster's not as good, but for week 1, it's going to be Dak Seedy against Deshaun Mari Cooper. It's going to be a show. This is going to be a great game. Both defenses are turnover heavy. Both like to infiltrate the line. I think Dallas wins the line of scrimmage in this game, and actually is able to set the pace and tone. I think they're going to shut a lot of haters up real early in this game. I do like Dallas money line. For those Dallas Cowboys enthusiasts, you could probably take the -2.5. I mean, the +2.5 in this game to feel safer. But I like Dallas money line straight up in this game. I think Dallas is talented enough on the defensive side of the ball to create havoc. I think the Browns are still a quarterback away from being real players on the offensive side. And I think Dallas, from an offensive perspective, will set the tone. We'll see how the Zeke backfield looks with Zeke and Dowdle splitting carries. We'll see how Dak Prescott looks coming from a prime offseason with no injury issues. And then we'll see how many reps CeeDee Lamb actually gets in game 1. I'm going to give you a hint. It's going to be almost a full set. I think the guy is in prime condition. I think he's going to do great. Dallas Cowboy fans, your special teams is better. Dallas all the way in this game. I'm going to put my bias aside. This is not a BCMG guarantee. Thank you, Kenny. Think you did it on purpose because he thought we would go full Dallas on the BCMG guarantee. So thank you, Kenny, for ruining that. Davis, your take on the Cowboys.
Shoot, I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I don't have a lot of faith considering how many people they lost this year and they didn't replace much. So, and the Browns, I mean, they got so much better. But again, your biggest component of a football team is your quarterback. And so I guess I'm saying I'm putting a lot of faith in Dak in week 1 for the Cowboys.
Here's a spotlight question real quick on this. Ford or Zeke? Who would you rather have in your backfield week 1?
Ford. Ford.
Yeah. Give me Ford.
Dowdle or Ford?
Ford.
Yeah, Ford. That's easy.
I draw the line there. I think it's a Ford sandwich. I have Dowdle on top. All right, Luke, you chose Dallas to win this game. Give us a wrap up on this one.
I did. I hate keep going back to the well, but like they took an L to Dallas, or Cleveland beat Dallas a few years ago, and the sky was falling. It was over, blow it all up, right? So now you got a chance against a very great defense. And I swear, if you clip that, Mark, look at me in this camera right now, Mark. If you clip that, we're gonna have problems. Okay.
Consider it clipped.
But no, in all seriousness, they are a top 5 defense in this league. And week 1, Dak playing for a contract. Everybody else is getting contracts except Dak. Dak's got to prove something. You know what I mean? So I do worry the lack of running, but that hasn't stopped Dallas in the past. So
True.
not really concerned as I would be. I think not having Chubb to start the season it's just a deal breaker for me for the Cleveland Browns. He is just a pure game changer. I'm not saying Ford's a scrub. Ford's going to get his, but he's not Nick Chubb. And that Dallas defense is very susceptible to the run. And Ford, like I said, Ford's not a scrub, but Nick Chubb just busts games wide open, and he's a serious issue. And now you don't have to play a tight box for Jerome Ford. You can still disguise your stuff the way you want to with Micah Parsons and the guys and give you what you need against that offense. You can double up Mari, and David Njoku is going to give you problems, I do believe. It could be one of those weeks where Njoku has his Njoku week and then disappears and ends up on a milk carton for 6 weeks after this. But I think Dallas is the play here because they're another team, man. Like they've always had the hottest seat in America anyways, but this year it's pay me. Do we fire McCarthy? Like it's the same stuff again. So like we've got to get this figured out this year, and hopefully they do.
All right, there you have it. Borak takes Dallas plus 2.5 in this game, and we are very pro Dallas here on this show, and most of you are as well. So when it comes to this game, Dallas Cowboys.
Easy money!
Can I change my answer? Okay.
Nope, not at all. Sunday night
find these clips at?
Sunday night football. The Detroit Lions 3.5-point favorites against those Los Angeles Rams. We're going to tackle this as a panel here. I love the Stafford Goff games. I think they're probably one of the most fun games to watch and hear everybody talk about it for the entirety of the game and show all the families and show all the different relationships. Personally, a fan, lots of points in this game are going to be scored. I'm going to really enjoy this. Fantasy football wise, you're going to love it. Forgot to plug deep sleepers, daily fantasy, Jerry Jeudy for the Browns, probably going to have some yards and some catches in that game. Cowboys are a little bit thinner at DB, but we'll talk about that in a different day. As far as the Lions and the Rams, you're going to see a lot of yards carried on both sides of the ball. Kyron Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, and even Blake Corum. It's going to be a masterful class, not to mention the quarterbacks are absolutely stewards of the game. Going to be a fun game here. I'll start off with my first pick and let you guys kind of take over on the screen. I do have Detroit winning this game. I think they're probably the most complete team in the NFC. They're my team to beat right now in the NFC on paper, and we'll see how they play coming into the year. Detroit minus 3.5, and I don't think this is going to be by any means a blowout. I think it's going to be a really good game to watch and a great primetime Sunday night game. Just Luke, what do you feel about this game?
Yeah, I have the Rams in this game. This is the first time you'll see Stafford, Puka, Cooper Kupp, and Kyron Williams all on the same field at the same time, and that is a very, very troublesome for the defense. We've seen in the past Detroit has problems with communication, especially in the corners. They have bad communication. And this is not a team you need to have bad communication with. I think it's going to be a great chess match between Dan Campbell and Sean McVay. But they're all healthy, and I think that's the better offense right now. I think the Rams can put up enough to stave off the Lions, honestly.
Okay, so we got a Rams feeler there for Luke. Davis, I think you lean the other way though. Davis, how you feeling?
Yeah. I mean, I got the Lions. I sometimes think that taking, money line, the favorite, and then you take the underdog to cover the spread, I feel like that's sometimes a cop-out just so you make sure you go 50-50, But I genuinely think this is a field goal game for the Lions. I mean, I think Jared Goff is a sneaky MVP pick. If you really look at it, I think he only has like 3 games outside of a dome, and that affects so much on a team, especially the Lions. But I think Luke kind of had it. The Rams do have the better offense, but I think the Lions have a better team. I mean, they kept Ben Johnson, their OC, who operated the Lions offense last year. I mean, he's what made that whole thing work, and just having him back there, I think is paying dividends for the Lions.
Yeah, I completely agree. So Davis has it more of along the lines of, hey, Lions, don't make this your playbook.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Yeah, so take care of business. Dan Campbell, get your shit together, get your team together, and get out of there. Borak and Kenny both agree, which doesn't happen often. Detroit -3.5. And we are saved by Luke from any sort of BCMG guarantee for another primetime game. So those of you who keep track of our record, we're okay right now. Kansas City money line is what's on the clock there. But of course, we're going to have our last primetime pick 'em game. I can't complain. The slate of games to start off primetime wise is beautiful. I love week 1 in the NFL. We're going to have a really good weekend for my wife and I's anniversary weekend. So happy anniversary to my wonderful, beautiful wife who's sleeping right now for this late episode. Yep, happy anniversary. 9 wonderful years. I love you so much. Okay, Monday Night Football. You got it. Mark has us on this one. Let's lead primetime, Mark. Cue us in. Those 49ers are going up against the comeback king himself, the New York Jets. That's right, San Francisco 49ers versus the Aaron Rodgers New York Jets. What did you say?
What are you doing in here, cutie?
Watching football.
Who do you want to win?
The goddamn Jets.
That's right, they're back. Cue it up, Big Daddy. There we go. Davis, who do you have in this game?
I mean, I think the 49ers will pull this out. Again, it's going to be the first Aaron Rodgers game of the Jets era. I know. The clip of him running out of the tunnel with the American flag is still cursed to this day. But I think just the 49ers just have a better, and especially bringing back Ayuk and Trey Williams is huge, especially to start the season. So definitely 49ers to win.
Yep, I like where you're going with that. Williams coming back for me was huge in this game. If he comes back and he's primed and ready to take all the snaps, then I am all about him. He's 36 though, and the worrisome part for me is: are you in game shape for an offensive lineman and a left tackle especially? Are you in game shape and ready to do that and protect your quarterback? In games that they don't have Trent Williams, their record is not stupendous for the Niners. So this was huge that he came back. He also stated it was because Pearsall got shot that he felt it was his time to come back and stop fucking around and finding out. That's basically what he said it was. So, I mean, kudos to whoever did that, and hope Pearsall gets better. But that saved their season.
I mean, he was lifting weights this morning. Pearsall.
That's wild. That's wild. Yeah. I think the only person that's recovered faster than with getting shot is probably Donald Trump. Luke, who is your pick for this game?
So I was teetering on this game for a while, and then I got the Trent Williams news, and then there was no more teeter in the totter. Okay, so it is San Francisco train all the way. I feel so bad for the Jets, man. I really do. Like, the Indianapolis Colts have more AFC East titles than the New York Jets, and that's saying something. Okay, they're 5th out of a team of 4 division in titles, so love that for them. And then your number 1 quarterback that you wanted blows his Achilles out, comes back, and now he's got to face the number 1 team over the last probably 5 years.
He's got to face the same guy who tackled him when he tore his Achilles.
Like,
he's gonna be lining up at the same spot.
It's just comical for the Jets at this point.
Well, I don't know if you guys are hearing that, but with another San Francisco pick on the show. Davis put that finger in the air and wave it like you just don't care, like you just did. That's right. That is a BCMG guarantee. That is right. Another BCMG guarantee. San Francisco minus 3.5 for Borak. Money line for Kenny. And all of a sudden, KC, San Francisco, both money lines are on our BCMG guarantee. Again, if that guarantee does not hit this week, you go and contact Steve, the general riser, and get your bet back guaranteed. Go contact him today or after this week, but you should be contacting him to thank him because our guarantee is hitting this week like it always does.
Yeah.
You may not know it, but BCMG has a slew of streamers that are still active and going in the community: Twitch, Kick, Facebook, YouTube. You can catch them on any of those platforms, but if you don't know their names, we're about to show that to you and go right into our ITL Fire Round pick. Check out these streamers today.
Jill going down the hill, gonna go fetch Jack in his little pill. Jack feeling down and that's pretty bad. Let's go.
Oh, yo, clip that headshot. No.
A pistol. What the? Okay, that didn't count.
Woo, let's go, baby, clutch it up. Yeah, I like it.
What? No way. Did that precision just kill me?
Let's go!
Nice, Papa!
Papa with the clutch kill at the end. Let's go.
Oh, I missed. That was bad.
Got him.
Nice.
Alright, I'm going to go steal their shit.
That is definitely green.
You're dumb and it's orange.
We're both wrong, red.
I could get that solo if I tried it a couple times, but we'll come back to it.
I'm fucking dick right now. Holy shit. Like, I fucking suck right now.
Yeah, I can tell.
CMG Stream Team, captained by Coach Peanut. Go check him out today. Just Luke also needs to be added to that video. Now one of the newest streamers you can find on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
That is right. That is right. On Twitch. I knew that from the very beginning. If you know what's happening on the show, it means you're still staying tuned. That means the 41 of y'all that are here on this late Wednesday night, we appreciate you. Most of you are Central Time, which means it's very late for you. Eastern Time for some of you also, which is even later. So we appreciate the hell out of you. Don't forget, our ITL Fire Round Pick'em is actually brought to you by Bovada. Go use code BCMG today. Get 100% matched on your deposit. You want to get that in now. Use some of that free money to get you some of those risky plays in week 1, week 2, and then start rolling with house money through the later weeks when you think you know what you're doing and you lose out big time like we do. So go ahead and check that out. But without further ado, guys, it is time to zoom through the rest of this episode. It is time for Fire Round Picks. Carolina versus New Orleans is the first pick here. I'm excited about this game. Why? Why? Because Carolina is coming back with Bryce Young. I'm going to see what that offense can do. No Jonathan Brooks, but you're going to have a wonderful snipe of Jatavion Sanders in his tight end debut there for the Carolina Panthers. Very excited for that. Saints are going to be in this game. I'm taking Panthers. Davis.
Tired of your Texas bias. Which one are we picking? Oh, yeah, give me the Saints. I mean, that's no-brainer.
Saints, Panthers split. Luke, finish us off.
New Orleans.
New Orleans there, and the Saints get the bid. Davis, take the next one.
Oh, I got the Giants.
Giants. Whoa. Wait a second. I'm very proud to call this the snoozer of the week.
Right. That's why I gave zero analysis on that. Just Giants. That's it.
Giants.
Give me
Straight
Malik
up
Neighbors. That's why.
Neighbors, and that's why. Luke, what do you have?
Give me Daddy 2 nickels.
I am completely out on the Giants. Give me the Vikings to win this game.
Thank God.
Give me the Vikings. We're not putting that on the BCMG guarantee. Borak taking the Giants. Kenny taking the Vikings. All right. Next game going to Luke.
Cincinnati. I mean, there's no explanation to this at all. New England is the worst football team in the league. Cincinnati.
Isn't that fun to say, Luke?
Oh, it rims my soul with happiness to say that.
Yeah.
I get to actually, Davis has Bengals. Let's just roll it. Cincinnati money line easily on the ticket, but with 8.5, I get to ask: do we want to buy points down and put a different amount? 6.5. We feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cincinnati minus 6.5 goes on the BCMG guarantee. Kansas City money line, San Francisco money line, Cincinnati minus 6.5. If you need to find out what this is worth at the end of tonight's episode, you can go and find that in tomorrow's episode when we post out the podcast clipping, and go listen to us again right before all the games, because we are the best. Okay, going to the next one. Luke, it stays with you. Atlanta, Pittsburgh, and you know why. Talk to us.
Yeah, I'm so excited for some Steelers football, man. I'm tired of the three preseason games. I don't see anything, honestly, that intrigues me in those games. I feel like we just get injured. It doesn't really help us. So I did some research today, Ernest, and I want to take you through Russell Wilson's career and highlights.
Here we go.
All of his starts in week 1. So he's played 12 years. Does anybody want to take a guess on the win-loss? 12 years. Not counting
12 years.
Not counting this year.
Win-loss, 6-6.
4-8.
6-6, Ernest. Congratulations. Attaboy.
Easy money.
Yes. They were in all of his starts. He's averaged 21.5 points, a tick under 185 yards passing, about almost 2 touchdowns of 1.8. And what really surprised me for Russell Wilson in game 1s, he's never rushed for a touchdown in game 1s, which is kind of interesting. I've never heard that before. So that was a good one. And he's averaging just under a tick for 1 interception in those games. So, and then we obviously have unstoppable force meets immovable object with Mike Tomlin. So this is his 17th year, right? So do we want to take a wild guess on what his week 1 stats are?
185.
12-4.
We got 10 wins, 6 losses, and 1 tie. We tied the Cleveland Browns week 1. Remember that shit show? Yeah, that was fun. Vietnam flashback there. So the 500 coach is pretty much almost 500 in 17 years. So that pretty much sums it up there. And his teams only score about 20 points in week 1. So we're in for a freaking fire fest, obviously, in this game. I'm taking my Steelers. I just know that it takes time to mold these offenses. And week 1, Kirk still has a lot to learning to do with this offense. They're still learning a new offense without Arthur Smith. Now, I'm not saying that the Steelers are going to be putting up, dropping 40, but it's going to be a typical Steelers week. It'll be 23-19, 24-21. I mean, somewhere in there. I expect great things out of Kyle Pitts this week because the Steelers have never figured out the tight end
Say
position.
Say that again. Who's that?
Kyle.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
After the Kirk Cousins.
Right after the Kirk Cousins bit, yes. But I expect huge things out of Kyle Pitts this week because the Steelers have yet to ever figure out the tight end situation ever. So, but I'm still taking my Steelers on the road. They start their first 2 games are on the road this year, so it's going to be a great way to start the season. So, but I'm taking them now.
Luke goes to Pittsburgh. Davis.
Yeah, I got the Falcons. I mean, there's. I'm not trusting Russ. I'm not letting him cook anymore. So he can take his chef hat off and go retire.
Yeah, Justin Fields will be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers by week 3. Oh, I'm going even sooner than that because we're about to figure this out about Russell Wilson.
A fraud! A big fraud!
I mean, I don't know even about a fraud anymore, Ernest. You could just put a giant washing machine beside him. Like we could put in, we could literally put in the clip from Semi-Pro. Be like, I got traded for a fucking washing machine. Like that's we can honestly put that in there.
Borak goes Pittsburgh. I go Atlanta in this game as well. Kenny goes Atlanta. For clarification, Borak goes Pittsburgh spread. So I'm not sure if he chooses Atlanta money line, but does pick Pittsburgh to cover the 4. Let's move on. My turn on this one. Indy versus Houston, and what I think is going to be a really entertaining first 2, maybe 3 quarters, and then Houston runs away with it. Houston's over-talented, and they're good on both sides of the ball. Indy coming back, maybe a little rusty. That rust is what's going to cause Houston to jump out in front, even on the road. Houston only 2.5-point favorites is disrespectful. That team is way better than being 2.5-point favorites, maybe because it's a road game to start off at Lucas Oil. We'll have to see. I like Houston in this game. You all know I'm a Joe Mixon truther. Look for that game. Stephon Diggs is going to prove a couple of things. CJ Proud's ready. This second year is going to be amazing. I'm ready for Houston to make a big statement here on the road. Divisional foe. Give me Houston all the way. Houston the pick for Borak and Kenny as well. Davis.
Yep. Texans. Even though I think this game will be really close, just give me the Texans.
Luke, we're warming up here.
Yeah, I think Richardson will give them some issues to start, but I think they figured it out in the second half and just pull away.
If you're watching, wave those fingers in the air like you just don't care. That's right. This is a BCMG guarantee. Gotta love it there. We're going to come right back at you with Buffalo, Arizona, coming with Davis. Hit it, Davis.
Yeah, I got the Bills, but I really do like what the Cardinals are doing. I know the Bills have lost a lot of pieces this year, but I think this is Josh Allen's revenge season. So I got the Bills.
All right, Bills the first pick. Borak takes the Bills straight up. Kenny takes the Bills straight up. We're going to keep this train and track a rolling. Buffalo Bills are my pick as well. I don't think they fall week 1 to the Cardinals. Luke, should we be starting the finger waving or what do you say?
No. I'm taking the waiver on this one. I don't know what it is this week, but Buffalo, they don't have anybody to throw to. I mean, nobody now besides Dalton Kincaid. I mean, we've got scrubs out there.
Right now. Khalil Shakur.
Yeah.
Keon Coleman. Curtis Samuel. Put some
Yeah,
respect.
Curtis Samuel's their wide receiver 1.
I watched Curtis Samuel for years, bud. I know what Curtis Samuel is at Ohio State. All right, I knew what he was then. All right, but I don't know. Like, give me Kyler. I mean, I feel like this could be a high scoring game just for shits and giggles. But like,
I could see it.
I don't know why, but I'm taking Zona.
What? What? What?
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, Mark, clip this shit right now. You clip this because if this actually works out, I'm gonna be like that guy from FSU saying I'm gonna eat stuff out of a red Solo cup and then just delete all of my socials.
This is another live look at Luke after that.
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Just kidding. I'm not trying to get us.
100%.
Not trying to get us canceled. Chicago, Tennessee is the next game. It's all about Caleb Williams for this game. I would be doing too much analysis if it wasn't. I love Caleb Williams. Love what he brings to this table. I have drafted him in fantasy everywhere, and I just think if you're Chicago, you're getting on that plane, and this is Coach.
Tomorrow we're gonna pecker slap those Globo Gym bastards. Yeah.
Like that's the Bears right now, right? We're gonna go down and make a name for ourselves. Like that's the live look at the Bears playing.
Tennessee is far from the Globo Gym purple covers, by the way. Far from.
I love some fantasy players. You hear that on another episode of ITL. Bears all the way in this game, Davis.
The Bears. Even though I saw that a quarterback who's taken first overall has not won the first game of their career since like 2002 or something. So be wary, but
we're due.
I got the Bears.
Wow.
Davis says I'm all in on the Bears, and then this is it.
Maybe we should get off of this road.
I think you may be right.
Yeah. That was Londo. That was Londo last year. He's like, maybe I should
Londo
get
was
off here.
Justin Fields MVP take in week 1 was big time. Luke, wrap us up on this one.
I feel like we've already picked the Bears triple what we've picked them in the last 2 years already.
Truth.
So, I mean, I picked the Bears in this game. No D-Hop. That's huge. I just don't know what to expect out of Tennessee. I mean, there's been so many changes down there now. I really just don't know what to get, but I don't really know what I'm getting with the Bears either. I did draft Cole Kmet because Cole Kmet has saved my ass many a time. So I'm going to stay on the Cole Kmet train till I die. So, but I did pick the Bears in this one.
There you go. And just save the fingers because it's automatic. We have Chicago Moneyline and Houston Moneyline joining the fray here, and we are going to wrap up tonight's episode with 4 last games. Rapid fire, big time in this one. Let's go around one-word answers only. Miami, Jacksonville. I got Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Luke?
Fins.
There you go. We have another from the other two as well. Seattle, Denver is an interesting one. I am going to do one-word answers for Luke and I. Seattle. Luke, Seattle. But Davis says pump the brakes, which we need a clip for that. Mark, we need a clip for that. Pump the brakes. Davis, you've got 10 seconds. Why Denver?
I don't like the Seahawks offense. And you know what? Give me Bo Nix. Again.
Say it with him. We want Bo Nix.
We do.
Yeah.
I love Bo Nix. Hey, he got named a captain this year or today, so.
There you go. So we do not have a BCMG guarantee on this rapid fire, but there's Davis's take. He likes Denver in this game. Chargers, Raiders. I've got Chargers. Luke?
Not the audience, but we'll go Chargers.
Borak has Vegas to cover. Not sure if that's a Chargers money line pick or not, but Vegas to cover at 3. And Kenny has Chargers. Davis?
Chargers.
There you go. So not a BCMG guarantee due to the Borak pick. And that takes us to our final game of the week, which was a snoozer finalist, another NFC East team, Tampa Bay, Washington is the last game. It's one of the later games of the day. We'll go around the room for this one. Again, a much appreciated thank you to all of you in here. Almost 50 of y'all stuck around pretty much through the entire episode, so we appreciate all y'all. Tampa Bay is the pick for me. I think that is a well-rounded team, very similar to the Rams-Lions game. I just think that's a more complete team on the Tampa Bay side. Give me Tampa. Davis.
I love Jaden Daniels. Give me the Bucks.
Luke.
Yeah, no, I went with the Bucks. I mean, they've brought every piece back together, so, and they've kept the team together. So, especially in that division, I'll take the Bucks in that division.
There you go. That concludes our first ITL Picks episode of the year. Under the hour mark, we're trying to make these episodes short, sweet, and to the point for you guys on Wednesday nights. We love and appreciate all y'all. That's no BCMG guarantee for those of you wondering, hey, whoa, y'all picked Tampa Bay. Borak did go Washington in points in that game. Not sure where he leans money line, but Washington +3. And Kenny chose Tampa Bay money line for those of you who follow Kenny and tail Kenny's picks. Guys, that's the episode. Let me tell you, these guys stayed up late for this episode due to some personal conflicts for tonight, so I appreciate the hell out of y'all for being here. But just Luke, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Twitch. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 8:30 p.m. Eastern to about 11. Ernest, I appreciate the platform as always. We got the purge alarm going off if you cannot hear it in the background. But something near and dear to my heart this month is National Suicide Awareness Month. I'll be participating in a walk in the greater West Virginia area this weekend for awareness. I am always available on Twitter, and I am always checking my DMs anyways. So you're always welcome to reach out to me, but reach out to your friends, especially this month. There are resources available pretty much anywhere you look. So yeah, always hit me up. Ernest, appreciate it. Davis, it's good seeing your face on here, bud.
Hey, good to see you too.
Davis Cordova joining us from Oklahoma City. Davis, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. Probably doing much else. I'll probably just tweet out some my college football picks. But stay tuned because college football is my sport. So, yeah, me and Ernest will be cooking something up. Yeah.
Hell yeah, we are. Hell yeah, we are. We are. We're excited. We have some college football action coming at you guys. A brand new show under the ITL blanket. Stay tuned. Davis and I are excited. We've been brainstorming a bit. So, yours truly, maybe some others that we do some college football analysis with will be joining us. Very excited. New groups, new minds. Sports scientists keep growing. We appreciate all of y'all. I am your host, Ernest Silva. If you're following the show, you're following us already. But follow these great, wonderful people and personalities on our show. Ashley Garcia making her comeback this season on ITL Pick Em and ITL Picks. Shout out, Ashley. We're excited to have you back as well. Big shout out, Mark. We wouldn't have this show without you. Wouldn't have the transitions without you. We appreciate you, bud. Thank you, guys. Good luck to your teams this week. Good luck to your fantasy teams this week. And going forward, starting next Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, you'll find an ITL news and notes show going forward on Sundays and an ITL college football pick 'em as well as ITL picks on Wednesdays. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Have a wonderful rest of the week, y'all. Peace.